Hi, today we're going to talk about the barnacle. This is an example of a barnacle, and so is this. These are large examples of barnacles. Barnacles, imagine yourself as sitting on your head and feeding with your feet. Sounds kind of unusual, but that's what the barnacle does as an adult every day in order to get food. The barnacle is part of a phylum called Cirripedia, C-I-R-R-I-P-E-D-I-A. Ped as in feet, and Cirri, C-I-R-R-I, as in feeding. So feeding feet. Barnacles actually start out their whole entire life as not attached to something. They are actually free swimming as a larva, but before they're the larva, they are actually gametes that get released into the water. The eggs are released into the ocean water, the sperm are released into the ocean water, and actual conception occurs in the water itself. From there, the larvae develop and become free swimming. When the larvae are free swimming, they don't have these big plates, these shell-like materials, but they do have a shell nonetheless, just not this huge yet. And they depend on currents, but they can also be free swimming and floating. And where they decide to land, believe it or not, they actually can chemically detect where there are other adult barnacles. Well, other barnacles that are adult barnacles who have actually already implanted themselves. So the larval barnacle will be floating along, and then it will detect where it wants to land, on a rock or a reef or wherever it decides, probably because there are adult barnacles there already. How they feed. They feed with their feet. They move the current, they move the water along, and they pull the particles from the water with their feet, which is more like a feather sort of adaptation. And when they do this, then it travels into their mouth. The barnacle itself is not in this. The barnacle has, the animal has been removed, but it has left its calcareous shell. So, and actually, the reason I say they're more akin to shrimp and crabs and lobsters is because they actually have a carapace and plates that make up their outside exoskeleton. And that is this, what you're left with. And you can see where it actually had to be pried off of the rock or the substrate. So, that's about it for barnacles.